The haze is continuing to cover large swathes of peninsular Malaysia, but the shroud over the southern state of Johor has moved north. The air pollutant index in the town of Muar falling dramatically from 750 yesterday to 148 this morning. But things generally got worse elsewhere. This was the view in Kuala Lumpur, where the pollution reading neared the very unhealthy level of 200 for the first time. Schools in the capital have been closed. In Port Dickson, the pollution reading hit 335 in the hazardous zone. Malaysia is offering to host an ASEAN meeting on the haze as early as next week. It was scheduled to take place in August. The country's health minister says he wants to send a strong message to Indonesia to find a permanent solution to the problem, as it can be resolved because it's man-made. And the environment minister says he wants Indonesia to take action against Malaysian companies who are flouting the law against illegal burning.
As newly elected Malaysian lawmakers took their oaths at Dewan Rakyat, thick choking smog descended over the Parliament building and engulfed the entire Klang Valley. Just a day ago, Malaysia declared a southern district an emergency area as air quality plummeted beyond hazardous levels. Malaysian Minister in charge of the Environment, G. Palanivel, who's meeting his Indonesian counterpart on Wednesday, said getting Jakarta to adopt the ASEAN agreement on haze pollution is his top priority.
Because the Indonesians must also ratify the agreement, they've signed it, but they've not ratified it, So we want to bring up all this for discussion to the my Indonesian counterpart.
But Malaysia's foreign minister stressed that the haze issue has not become an irritant in bilateral relations.
For the time being, what is most important, we sit down, all those countries concerned, sit down, find the solutions, and by signing an agreement, if it still happens again next year, I mean, what could you do with the agreement?
There's no solution inside, because year in, year out, we'll be facing the same thing.
No, this is what I'm saying. The most important is not pointing fingers now. What we're saying is how to find the solutions. If the solution, part of the solution is to make those people pay who are responsible, then we have to do that. You know?
Even though it's a Malaysian company?
Oh, regardless. We must hold those people responsible. First, we have to, to ask them how to overcome this.
Both Sime Darby Plantation and Kuala Lumpur Kapong, who own several concessions in Sumatra, have categorically denied responsibility for burning on their plantations in Riau. Both companies say they practice a zero burning policy. Jakarta has accused Malaysian companies of asking the local community to conduct open burning and then blaming the locals when the fire spread.
We've got to get to the bottom of it. We've got to find what the truth is. I think it's important to establish what the effects are. Yeah, so that's important. There's got to be transparency. But I assure Malaysian companies to observe local rules, regulations.
Meanwhile, memorandums were submitted to the Indonesian embassy to protest against the lack of enforcement by the Indonesian authority to stop the burning in Riau.
It's whether they're from Indonesia or Malaysia, it doesn't matter. And force these companies not only withdraw their licenses, but force these companies to pay compensation to Indonesia and Malaysians.
As pressure mounts with more and more Malaysians reeling under the thick, choking haze, Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak has reiterated his commitment to tackle the worsening haze situation in the country. Kuala Lumpur, he said, has offered to assist Jakarta in cloud seeding operation in a bid to stop fires from raging in Riau, Sumatra. Melissa Go, Channel News Asia, Kuala Lumpur.